Hey, I'm Dina Blizzard, and you're watching One Funny Morning. Welcome to One Funny Morning Show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Carmen.
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather door?
Good morning. Uppie, everybody.
Good morning. It's Kelly. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, about to start teaching. I don't want to. I'd rather be home watching the show live with all of you, commenting. But I have to teach about Greek mythology. So, while you guys are off talking about butts and boobs and ornaments, I'll be talking about Zeus and Aphrodite. Have a great day. Take it away, Dina.
Right. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Kelly always does a good job with her videos. Oh, I forgot to go live on TikTok. Hold on. I was so enthralled in what Kelly was saying. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? I'm late because it's Wednesday and you knew that. You know, I got to work late on Tuesdays. I have to go to work late today. Good, Jen. I feel okay. Jackie, if it gives you any idea, I'm eating cream of rice cereal. Yeah. Yeah, I'm buying a lottery ticket at 47. I'm over this working thing. It does feel like Kelly might have been in a closet or under a desk. I'm almost positive that's how all teachers start school. Just locked in a closet. Good morning. I'm on vacation in Florida. I'd love to be on vacation in Florida. Gulf Coast Cruiser. Lawrence, good morning. Welcome to the morning show. I know, Katie. It was funny. Carmen, headed to testify in court. I'm a little nervous. Carmen, is it a murder trial? Carmen, what are you testifying? I don't know. Colleen, good morning. It was a lively conversation of love and oh, good, Jen. I'm looking forward to goof morning, Michelle. Michelle's not up yet. Who's going to be on a Netflix series? What are you talking about? Fran's up this morning. Fran and Susie Crabtree are now besties. If you don't know why, you should watch last night. No, Carmen. Carmen, do your job today, your civic duty. I love that you're stepping up and how everything. Wow. Good morning. My daughter might be having her baby girl today. She's having some small contractions. Oh, Melissa. So exciting. Majuline. Majuline, what a pretty name. And I'm glad that you spelled it out phonetically. Headed to the dentist again for my cracked another tooth. This will be number 4. That's too much. Too much. The 5. The whole thing. Here's Stacy. I used my Victoria's Secrets gift card to buy new underwear. Stacy. Oh, that's so exciting. Girl just finished the latest episode of Love is Blind. Impatient for the next one. Me too. Jasmine's like, happy hump day. It does feel like hump day, Jasmine. Maybe because I have 2 shows tomorrow and I'm like doing everything I can to get ready for the shows. I have another one Saturday, going to see a show on Sunday. It's very busy. So today is basically my weekend. So I'm going to try to get some work done and then try to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Do you have any true ghost stories that have happened to you? Said Lindsay. I do have a creepy one, Lindsay. I don't know if you're ready for it. Does anybody have any ghost stories they want to share with Lindsay? I like where this is going. I know, Jasmine, not busy enough to get a car, but what are you doing? What was this stuff done well? I'm on season 10 of ER. I watched all night long. Oh my gosh. Didn't you just start? Norma's ready to be in the Fran Club. Get it? The Fan Club, but it's called the Fran Club. What? Broke a rib last night, leaning over granddaughter's car seat. Sucks to be fragile. Krista. Girl, what are you doing? Good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Kentucky. No ghost stories, just trauma ones. I did a ghost tour in Savannah. Savannah is known for being the most haunted city. As a medic, I had shifts in a haunted firehouse. No. Wow. My dog has had diarrhea for 2 days. Yeah. A Cape May house that's haunted. I love it. I'm positive that my last house was haunted, but I decided to befriend the ghost. Does anybody feel like there are good ghosts around them? I knew there was a straight up ghost in my house in Rhode. Aaron, I got rid of cable yesterday and upgraded to Wi-Fi. Now I'm spending the day realizing how many things we've connected to Wi-Fi and changing them over. Aaron, it's maddening. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. Hey, get out of there. Colby, come. Colby. I can't tell if he's just completely ignoring me or he can't hear me. So if you hear me screaming, it's slightly out of anger, but mostly out of, I think he hears nothing, but I'm almost positive. You don't believe in ghosts? Kim, don't stand next to him. Colby, come here. Come here. Yeah, I have a present for you. It's called this leash. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go the long way. Come here. Come here. He's probably ignoring you. I speak to him, but I'd be best friends with a ghost. That's what I mean. My uncle visits me at the country house that he built. I hear his footsteps on the porch out of nowhere. This is now my happy place. That's what I mean. Ghosts are very real. My cousin had a friendly ghost, just creepily used to call her name, and they would see strange things moved around. Get out of there! I don't understand. I would like to just be Dina on a talk show instead of a lady who's also a mom of dirty children and dogs that don't listen or poop over the house. Like, I don't know what it would be like to just do a talk show, like The Tonight Show, and he never screams out anybody's name and nobody poops. What kind of show is that? Hold on. I just read something. There are no good ghosts. All spirits are demons, said Ladina. I don't know. I've met some nice ones. I was in a circle with a medium. And we heard footsteps and a loud thump in the kitchen. Yeah. Our house, the radio would turn on, the cupboards would open, and the doors would slam. Nuh-uh. When I feel pressure on my bed or near my feet. Tanya said, I've seen dead people. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. The firehouse was old and not used, only for ambulance. One crew, one ambulance, and all you would hear around 1 a.m. is a bucket clanging. Footsteps on the stairs, door creaking open to the crew room, but it wouldn't move. I know. Both of my big cups are are dirty. I had one in my first place. It was in a townhouse. Used the lamp in my bedroom to talk to me. I'm pretty sure he was murdered there. I moved out. What? Mm-mm. My mother-in-law visits. I acknowledge her and she leaves. Michelle just saying it like it's real matter of fact. I say hello and she leaves, Dina. She just wants to be acknowledged. Mm-hmm. Here's Karen. I have a spirit. We call him Fred. Karen, I'm going to need some more information because you said it. Just real matter of, and he got a name. Karen, what has Fred? How do you know his name is Fred? I lived in a house where both people died, and I never felt any ghosts or spirits, good or bad. I think it's because I took care of them until they passed away. Mm-hmm. Anne Marie, I'm waiting patiently for my parents to visit me. Here's Georgina. Go to Gettysburg Cemetery. Take a few pictures. You will not see anything abnormal with your eyes, but your pictures will show orbs floating all over them. Rosie, you got a good story? Oh, nice. We're talking about paranormal. My grandmother's chair would rock after she died. Stephanie, I had that happen. My sister lived on a really old farmhouse, and at night there would be a soldier that would walk through my nephew's bed and kick the end of his bed. My nephew told my sister that it was happening. He was only 6. When my grandfather had passed away, and when I would go to the house, I would feel him there. My mom would laugh. Then my little cousin who never met him, would talk to him. I feel like there are certain people that just can see or feel it more than other people. My daughter has 2 ghosts in her home. The hair on her back stands up and the female comes in. Not happy ghosts at all. Happens to one of her sons. They are both very intuitive. That's what I mean, Nancy. I feel like some people just feel it and some people feel nothing. Wow. I made a comment to a coworker that I thought one of our students had lost their dad last year. She looked up and he was still here and then passed away suddenly 2 weeks later. Terry. No, it's not the Halloween. I just say a prayer. Wow. I felt pressure on my hips the night my grandmother died. My mom said she was saying goodbye. Children laughing and bouncing balls in the attic around breakfast each morning. The night of my husband's funeral, I was sitting by myself on the couch. Suddenly, the coldest cold I ever felt was in front of me. I felt it was Kenny coming to say goodbye. That's so creepy. Definitely saw my dad while I was cleaning out his house. Thought it was my husband walking by. I yelled to him and he was upstairs. After our son passed, we would find sharp points in all of our ice cube trays. every time there was a family event, this would happen. What? I lived in the Peter Shields Inn in Cape May when I was a toddler, said Rosie. It was featured on the show Haunted. It was very haunted. Why, Rosie? Why do you say that? Karen, here's Karen. She's back with Fred. He's been with me my whole life. He's just always been there. That's just what I call him. He loves to irritate my kids. Karen. Okay. Karen. Everybody else is wigged out by this whole conversation. Karen's like, Dina, it's Fred. Okay. He likes long walks on the beach. Sometimes he likes to go take the dogs, just out for the day. And he always brings them back. And he likes pasta. Why are you acting so weird about it? Karen, what is it about you that makes you so calm and matter of fact about Fred? Like, it seems like it's super normal for you, maybe because Fred's been there. But let's go back to the day you met Fred. Just take me back. I'm going to keep reading, and I'd like you to just fill in these cracks for me. I've been asking my grandma to give me a sign. Been dealing with some rough stuff. Opened the blinds today, and there was a cardinal sitting on my lawn. I wonder if cardinals know how important they are. Do you think cardinals, they just have a meeting? They're like, you guys, I have brought so much, at least 5 people today. Yeah. Do you think they get together? Do you think there's a blue cardinal? It's like, can somebody give me a job? Anybody? Just give me something. They're like, nah. No. Why, Brad? My aunt had a dream that her grandmother came to visit her, and they were playing and crawling around the room by the Christmas tree. When she woke up, the Christmas tree was on its side, and the cross that her grandmother had gave her was laying next to it. Oh, dum, dum, dum. Creepy. Second story. Jen's got another story. When I was little, a lady would come up the stairs every night and talk to me. Hey, talk to me. Not nice. It started around 4. Now as an adult, I found out the doll my mom got for me that birthday she brought from the Boston Parker House Hotel number 8, the most haunted hotel in the world. At my mom's celebration of life last weekend, my niece said her daughter's necklace that my mom gave her was swinging back and forth, whereas the others she had hanging were completely still. One day after my grandmom passed away, my mom's dog was barking at the chair in the kitchen my grandmom sat in all the time. My grandmother was standing over my crib when I was born, my mom said. Is there a difference between ghosts and angels? Just asking. I think it's a good question, Andrea. I don't know. Angels are always benevolent, right? They're always doing something good. So I guess you're right. Like, you could think of it as a ghost. Maybe somebody has a better answer, but I always feel like ghosts can be good or bad. And I feel like that there's a reason that they're stuck here. Where an angel, I guess, is here to like watch over you. I don't know. Never thought about it before. Thank you, James. My friend sees a man in my house every time she visits me. She describes him to a T, right down to the hat he wears. My husband showed her a picture of the man that built the house, and it's him, she says. What? Once in a while, I can smell my grandma's perfume. After my grandma died, I was walking upstairs to use the toilet. My bedroom was next to the bathroom. I saw something and an image of my grandmom's stat. I feel like there's more to that sentence, Barb. My mom died before I had my son. He was talking to her one day. So we asked him to show up us a picture, and he pointed right to my mom. You guys are making all the hairs of my body stick up. My mom would wake me up by standing at the foot of my bed and lift my feet. When she passed, she would visit me and lift my feet while I was sleeping. Oh, sometimes I feel someone put their hand on my shoulder, and sometimes I hear someone say my name. I like to think it's my brother who passed away. Our youngest would giggle and play with Big Grandma. When I showed him a picture of Ed's mom, she said, "That's Big Grandma." You guys! Kristen, we're talking about all of it. On a regular basis, I hear my name like right behind me. No one there. When I was 7, we were playing Bloody Mary. Heard a knock on the bedroom door. I opened it, and I saw a being all in white running down the hall. Nobody believed me. Tina. Here's Crystal. I never see her hear anything. I must be boring. I've been asking my nanny to give me a sign. Been going through some rough stuff. Open my blinds today. Yeah, I already. How did I read that one already? It must have posted twice. Our first house, cousin Allison. The owner passed away while sitting in his recliner in the corner. People would get cold sitting on our couch, which we had placed where the recliner had been. Allison, you got a sign over that says, "Ghost sits here. I'm not coming to your house." I didn't know this story. You'd be like, Tina, why don't you go sit in that recliner over there? Ghost chair? Cold chair? No. I'm good. I lost a set of keys as I was leaving for vacation. Went through all my luggage in the house and couldn't find it. Came home, and the car key was sitting in the dining room table in clear sight. My aunt had a dream that her grandmother who had passed came to visit her. They had fun together, crawled around on the floor and around the Christmas tree. They knocked the Christmas tree down, and she was afraid grandmother would be there, but instead they laughed and laughed to death. She woke up the next morning, the Christmas tree was there. Wait, I already read these. They came in and said goodbye. Mom's there to see him tonight before he left. I got out that he had passed. Let me read that again. I told my mom when I woke up from a nap that I missed Papa, my great-grandfather, that he came to me in a dream and said goodbye. Mom said, "We're going to go see him tonight." Before we left, my mom got a call that he had passed. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Fred was my first husband, said Fred. Listen, between Fran and Susie Crabtree, they got like six ghosts in the universe. One of them could be at your house. Who is it, Karen? You got Fran's first husband. And she got 2 more husbands in other people's houses. Mm-hmm. I can't believe it, Fran. Fran, you got so many to choose from. They everywhere. Stop it! Lulu, come to work and stop it. Lulu, get to work. Creepy. The night my grandfather passed, I was about 7 years old. I woke up and saw him standing at my bedside with his hat with a feather in it. I could smell his cherry tobacco pipe. He never said anything. I woke up the next day to be told he passed away. All right, here's Rosie back with her Kate May ghost house. Ghosts in the basement would bang around the balls on the pool table, push my mother down the steps. Mist would flow up and down the steps. No, Rosie. Here's Karen. I believe he's here to protect us. I've never known any difference of him not being there. So why be scared? I just know he's not here to harm me. Karen, you have a very calm way about you. And I would like to hang out with you. I'd be like, I'm with Karen and Fred over here. They with me. And just, I used to work at a high school. We always see shadow people. Wow. The morning of my father's funeral, I noticed the recycling can tipped over during the night. One thing rolled out, and it was a Coors Light can. My father's favorite beer. It was at the bottom of the steps as we walked outside to the limo. My family members who died with unfinished business with one of us may explain why I suddenly find myself realizing they feel present at pivotal moments at major transitions of those living. Could you? Colby. Okay. I can't. I really can't. Get up. Get up. You know what? Get up. go get. Okay, you're going the wrong way. Okay, you're just in a circle. Going the wrong way. Go the other way. Go that way. Go. No, go that way. Keep going. Get off. Okay, I can't. This is not a place for you to sit. Goodness me. Okay. Everybody get out of here. You're all like 5-year-olds. Colby, come here and lay down. Okay. This is just like on the Tonight Show. All right. Here we go. My husband and I would be the only ones at the shore house, and we would hear children laughing and doors slamming on the second floor. I work as a security guard and we catch Indian ghosts from our security camp. I have lots of stories when I worked there. The place was built where an Indian massacre happened years ago. I lived in a haunted apartment. Lots of it, but still, I remember exactly what the demons looked like in my room. Oh, Dina, stop whispering. You're making this so much creepier. Sitting with my daughter, suddenly gets up and says she's going upstairs to play with my mom, who had recently passed. My mom passed away 2 months after we were in a car accident. She came to visit before she went to heaven. She hugged me and told me she had to go, but that everything would be okay. Over 30 years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I sat at my cousin's at my aunt's house when we were young. She used to talk to someone who died before we both were born. Helen lived there before she died. We found out who was talking to her when my little cousin pointed at Helen's photo in an old album and said it was her friend. I feel like my mom comes back to make me feel bad about my messy house. Here comes Sarah coming right through. She's like, I'm going to need to bring this back down. I love how whole conversation is. There's like a conversation bubble that just starts to rise. And just when everybody's like, yes, boop, somebody comes in, pops the bubble. I was like, yeah, my mom just comes here, tell me I got an ugly, nasty house and I got to clean it. I believe dogs and babies can see dead people. Fran always got to come in for her Fran Club. A basic training. Here's Rosie. I dreamt that my mom gave me a penny for luck. The next day, I told my battle buddies about it. When I opened my ID patch and a penny fell out, we had zero access to cash. Your mom just left a penny for you. Our cat was acting crazy, more than usual. My 6-year-old said that there was a spirit. No, cream of rice. I met with a medium and didn't even mention it. She told me it was my mom. That's how she presents herself to my boys to not startle them. She comes back to check on us as a cat. Wow. I knew the moment my mom passed, but she was still in the ICU. I was home for hours and went upstairs to my parents' room. The entire room smelled like her Bath and Body Works perfume. I left the room and I came back and it was gone. I knew at that moment she was in heaven. Stop it. I know, Laura. My niece saw my pop-pop working in the garden and she's never met him. Our 26-year-old daughter, Nikki, passed away in June of 22. We wished her a happy birthday on January 28th. We asked for a sign of a ladybug. 2 mornings later, we had 2 ladybugs in our RV window. I'm so sorry. Pits with a purpose. My great-grandmom, I swear, visited me in my grandma's rooms when I slept over a few days after she passed. I always wonder if she wanted to see her daughter one last time. It was just a glowing green aura that looked like a silhouette of a taller, thin, long-haired lady. Wow. Bob, that's beautiful. After my grandmom died, I went past my bedroom. I saw an image of her coming towards me. I ran down the stairs screaming and almost fell down the stairs. Barb, she probably not going to come back again. I'm going to be, she'll be like, I don't want her to fall down the steps. Robin said, so jealous of all these stories. I want a sign from my husband so badly. I love hearing from others. A lady angel appeared from nowhere, saved my 3-year-old from choking, and then after disappeared. There were 3 witnesses. Here's Monet. I had a dream right after I had my first. All of my close family members were surrounded by him in a white bassinet. I still remember like it was yesterday. Wow. Can you teach yourself to be more in tune with spirits? I want to learn. I would imagine so. Maybe it's just a mindset. We should get somebody on. I was very close to my ex-boyfriend's mom. We were not talking, and one night I dreamt about her, and she told me she was okay. The next day I read her obituary in the paper. I had no idea she was ill. We have now entered the twilight zone. Wow. My brother died a year ago today. He died at work across from his office in the bathroom. In my bathroom today, my medicine cabinet opened. I have OCD, so when my kids were little, I used to clean up their toys in a certain way. A few times I went into my son's room and the same purple ball from a ball popper would be in the middle of the room, and it was all scuffed up. This happened after we took some furniture from the haunted shore house. I think something was attached to the furniture and it came to visit, got rid of the furniture right away. My grandmom always stayed up late, so I hid under the sheets for what I felt like was forever, and then got up and asked for a drink so I wouldn't be alone in her room. A lady said I looked like my grandmom called me when I was crying at night, and when I woke up and told my mom, I turned around to say it. I looked like the lady on the picture. I pointed at the picture of my great-grandmom, and the picture was upside down. Another one, when my great-grandmother passed away, she always hid cash everywhere. Well, I wore a jacket of hers with empty pockets. That day I found cash, handkerchiefs, and smelled like her perfume. Wow. I distinctly heard a family friend, Fred, say, "See you, Rosie," a little while after I went to bed. I figure he must have stopped by to visit after I went to bed. The next morning I found out he had passed away that night. My daughter's female ghost was a boarder in her house. She was doing some research and found out she was murdered by the mafia and found in the river, and her hands and mouth were bound with wire. This is how she always saw her when she came to her. Okay, good to know, Allison. Wow. When I was little, I'd see a ghost every Saturday morning. He was friendly, though. Here come Jim Wagner. Gotta make a Casper joke. Really? Jim, people are getting real deep over here, and you're like, sometimes I would watch another ghost called The Road Runner. Really, Jim? Jim's like, I'm about to bust this up. Watch. But Dad came to me in a dream just to give me a hug. He said he was doing some errands for God, and he got permission to stop by and see me. Funny thing was, he had a tiny gold hoop earring in each ear. So not my dad. I wonder what that means, Jen. He from Jersey? He from Jersey all of a sudden? Jen, you from Jersey? He was like, I was in Jersey. They gave me these hoops. I'm just stopping by on my way back to heaven. Like, you had errands in Jersey? When my daughter was a young teen, the father of one of her best friends died. He and his wife had been to our house. After the funeral, his daughter came for a sleepover. She, my daughter, and I were sitting and talking about boys, like girls do. The girl made a comment that was a little risque. And suddenly, a pillow from the couch flew up in the air and slammed to the floor. No one was near it. Apparently, her dad did not like what she said. Creepy. The day after my father-in-law died, keys that were in the deadbolt lock started swinging like a pendulum. Right after my father-in-law passed, I had a dream. I was at a craft fair. My father-in-law was there looking as real as I remember him, standing with his hand in his pocket, and said, I want to tell you, I'm so happy I am with my family. I told my mother-in-law I was so happy. That's beautiful. Kezzy is like, I'm with Jim. I saw the Saturday morning. Okay. Here comes Anna. The house I grew up in is haunted. My sister lived there with my mom until about 10 years ago. She had so many stories. One is she was trying to sleep and had her hair clip on the telephone wire. It started opening and closing. She yelled at the ghost to stop it and that she wanted to sleep, and it stopped. I was awoken by someone in a dream throwing water at me. I smelled gas really bad. I called my dad over at 4 a.m. He smelled nothing. Found out I had carbon monoxide. So your dream saved your life. What? I seen a medium. My grandmom came through. She told me I made her apple pie wrong. I keep forgetting an ingredient. It was cinnamon. Marcia, I love that you guys have ghost moms that come back and are like, why are you doing it this way? How many times we make this apple pie, you got to forget the cinnamon. I have a feeling if Di dies, she's going to come back and be like, you going to add the beans? That's what it's not going to be a good dream. It's not gonna be like, and then the skies opened up and she came to visit me, and all of my ancestors handed down some great information from generations and generations before her and before her. It'll be like, did you add the beans? It'll be like that. The ghost whisperer, she was amazing. Wow. My dad used to say, no reason to be afraid of the dead, worrying about the living, whenever I saw unexplained things. This is amazing. Today would have been my dad's 97th birthday. I woke up wondering if he still watches over me, and this is the topic today. Coincidence? I don't think so. I miss him so much. Mary Ann. My dad passed away at 1 a.m. on Christmas morning, and I knew in my heart that it was going to be okay and that he had done all he could do to show me his love. Bob, they're so beautiful. When my mom was in the hospital before she passed, she said my dad was standing at the bottom of the bed telling her not to be afraid. I jumped off the bed so fast. When my dad passed, me, brother, and sister were walking through rooms trying to choose a coffin. I said, hey, Dad, can you tell us which one to choose? Suddenly, in one of the rooms, the lights began to flicker on and off. So we went in and chose the one coffin we had been eyeing. Kendra's like, yep, good thing I'll be packing tonight because I won't be asleep. Here comes one of the Eanes. This is Marlene. Right after my father-in-law passed, I had a dream. Oh, it's the craft fair. Why do I keep getting the same ones? I did a tour of the Stanley Hotel, and when on the floor where the kids lived, they asked my husband to stand in a corner. They had some significance. Walked into the next part of the tour. Both my husband's shoelaces were untied. Did the children do it? Candace, you trying to write a mystery novel right up in here, and a lot of people just peed their pants. Seaview Hotel in Galloway is haunted. One room cannot be rented because all night long the closet door opens and shuts. No one is there. Story is somebody died there. Also, an old-time chauffeur-dressed man appears in the circular drive and occasionally talks to people, especially during snow. Don't ask about the basement. Used now for storage. No one ever wants to go down there. Dum, dum, dum. When my grandpa was dying, my aunt told me he could go and rest. He said, I'm waiting for my son. My uncle passed away a few years. My grandpa was away. He was the greatest was waiting for. What? Alejandra. So Alejandra's grandpa was dying, and the aunt said, go, you can go. And he was like, I'm waiting for my son. And then a couple hours later, the uncle passes away. And then the grandpa finally passes away. He was the uncle grandpa was waiting for. Alejandra, that was the creepiest of them all. Mm-hmm. My friend Warren came to me in a dream so real I could feel the heat of his hug. He asked me if I wanted to see the other side. I passed through a waterfall of light, and he turned into a warm glow, a ball of energy that floated away. I knew I could not go with him and passed back through the waterfall of light and woke up. Heaven is beautiful, said Judy. My mom leaves me dimes all the time, said Anne Marie. Before my dad passed, he said he was going to leave me quarters to make me rich. The day of his funeral, I came home and found a dime and a quarter right by the door, letting me know they are together again. A very close friend of mine passed in June. My fiance told the most twisted joke like 2 days after, and it was the same joke my passed away buddy came up with forever ago, and they never met each other. I swear I turned white, fake laughed, and then told my husband why I was thrown off, and of course got sad again. R.I.P. DJ. How did we start this out? Because somebody said, Dean, did you ever see ghosts on TikTok? And then disappeared. Didn't say another thing since we started this conversation. I live in a rental. Every once in a while, I will see a red cardinal outside at the drive up, like my mom is checking on me. Then, during the day while working from home, sometimes I hear the chandelier and then someone walking down the steps. Oh. Wow. Wow. I'm home alone and this is creeping me out. My husband had only met my grandmother a few times before she passed. He woke up one morning and asked me if my grandma ever wore those dark old lady glasses. And I said, yes. And he said, well, she was standing in the doorway last night looking at us. Stephanie, why he got to say that? Why would he say that? Wait, Alejandro's more. Yeah. When Anne asked what son, Grandpa said, the one that never returned to Mexico. This uncle was the one who had never returned. We were all scared. My coworker's daughter passed away just over 10 years ago, and they both loved caramel apple lollipops. She kept them in a cupboard, and one day she found one on the counter. She told me never took a lollipop out. We believe her daughter left it for her. When I had a bad car accident and flipped my car, a lady held my hand and talked to me while I waited for them to flip my car over. When I asked who she was, they said there was no lady there. Wow. And she pointed my hand. She was at the party. No, I went to a party and she told me the exact story of my grandmother. Charlene was like, stop it! My favorite grandmama was in a nursing home in 1985. I was playing with my children, pregnant with my third child, only about 6 weeks along, when I suddenly stood up with an overpowering feeling, saying to myself, I wonder if she will ever know I'm pregnant. 2 hours later, my brother called, telling me of my grandmom's passing. It was the exact time I stood up thinking of her. I saw ghosts on the toilet once when I was a child. Did you know that ghosts use them? Okay. My dad used to tell me when you find a pet, he heads up with someone who had passed was saying hi. Katie. When my nanny passed away, I received her table. The first night the table was in my house, I woke up because I smelled cigarette smoke. I investigated and it came from the kitchen. I was 7 months pregnant. When I opened the fridge door, I saw my natty sitting at the table smoking a cigarette. A similar story happened to my brother's sister after receiving furniture from my nanny. You guys, today's going to be a creepy day. He became a pirate. My ex-grandmother was there in front of me, but a bad one was beside her. My ex was asleep. He raised in his sleep and went back down. So for you, Brenda, I don't even know what you just said. My ex's grandmother was there in front of me, but a bad one was beside her. My ex was asleep. He raised in his sleep and went back down. Like hovered? Okay. Brenda, I'm going to need you to clarify everything you just said. When my dad passed last year, my mom and I went to the nursing home to clean out his room. As we came off the elevator, his favorite song that was written in 1974 was playing over the PA system. Stopped me in my tracks. What? I'm never sleeping again. We should have done this last night. Yeah, you couldn't do this on Tipsy Tuesday because you would freak everybody. Nobody would have slept. Yeah, Kendra would have never slept. My grandmother, when I was 10, she passed away, and that night at the foot of my bed, I felt something. I woke up, and there was a piece of candy at the foot of my bed. It was our thing. She would take me to a penny candy store once a week. My husband passed away in December. I'm still waiting for him to come back in spirit. I had one dream, and he said, I'm back now. He said he was gone for 3 days so he could take this girl to her piano practice. I have no idea what that meant. Did he have hoop earrings on? Was he in Jersey? That's going to be the newest thing, but did he have Jersey hoops on? I don't know. No, Anna. My husband had a ghost in the house growing. He'd watch over them. We let the fire department burn the house down, and we saw a shadow of him through the flames. What? We let the fire department burn the house down. Okay, Beth. I'm going to need for you to clarify. You just set it on fire? I'm so confused. No. Mm-hmm. I know, Kelly. Wow. My daughter sees her brother-in-law in her home. No. When my sister-in-law was pregnant, before she told anybody, I had a dream that she had a baby, and I was holding her, and it was a girl. I kept going back to my sister-in-law over and over again and telling her, I keep having this dream. I think you're pregnant. She kept saying she wasn't, but later found out she was, and wasn't telling anyone. I thought it was a crazy coincidence. My sister-in-law got pregnant 3 more times since then. I have the dream. What? Is there more? Yeah. I can't read any comments because somebody cut onions over here. If it's not crying over the Valentine's tree, it's crying over something. It's so crazy, you guys. I know. My sister was in a coma, kept telling her our friend was on her way from Texas. Robin arrived, and the next morning she was with her, told her to be gay, and she was gone as soon as Robin said that. Same thing happened to my ex when he has a car and it was flipped. Wow. My husband passed on June 12th and seemed to have waited till my daughter walked the stage to get her GED on June 9th and visited him at the hospice facility with cap and gown. Oh, wow. My husband passed away a few weeks ago, and I hear him cough on occasion early in the morning. Laura. I'm getting so many ideas for haunting people when I'm dead. I left a half hour ago, still same touching. That's what I'm saying. Mendy, I didn't think that so many people would have so many stories. I was pregnant with my youngest and my grandmother passed away. I'm 100% sure they met. He has her deep dimples and actually calls her by name. I know. That's so crazy. Wow. All right, we'll do that for training. Burn a house down on purpose. I was 5 months pregnant when my dad passed, but my son has his traits. My dad would always say, "It's cool." That was just his saying. One day my son comes out with, "It's cool." I stopped and just stared at him. My friend showered in her basement shower. She was home alone, and the towel she had, okay, you already creeped me out. She's in a basement, she's in the shower, and now there's a towel. Nothing good's going to happen when I read the rest of this thing. The towel she had hung on the hook suddenly was flung over and landed on her head. That was the last straw. She had to call and get the ghost removed. The ghost whisperer removed him and several others. This really happened. Every year I do the Day of the Dead altars. Last year, my grandpa's candle lit by itself. I'm going to go hide in a closet after this show. I don't know about anybody else. When my mom was passing, she kept talking to the wall, telling what we assumed was my dad, uncles, and grandparents she wasn't ready yet, and she needed to see all her girls first. After my last sister came home, she passed. No, Peggy. My friend was woken up gasping for breath and finally went back to sleep. She was woken up at 6 a.m. with a phone call from her son-in-law telling her her daughter passed away during the night. My sister-in-law got pregnant. Oh, this is the rest of the story, Kimberly. My sister-in-law got pregnant 3 more times since then, and I had dreams 2 of those times. Both times, I was able to tell her she was pregnant before she knew. The one time I didn't have the dream, she lost the baby. Somehow my dreams are related to her reproductive system. I had 3 children of my own and 0 dreams. Here's Alejandra trying to make it better. Not the closet. That's where the ghosts come through. Okay. It's just. Kimberly, that's so crazy. Wow. Debbie, the day after my ex-husband died, I saw butterflies everywhere. One even landed on me. Butterflies have always been my thing and have had. My husband said the ghost was dressed as a cowboy when he was younger, and you could hear him walking around when he was in the house. When his father passed, we let the fire department further know, and we thought we saw the shadow through the flames. Oh, is that the thing again? Wow. I know, Karen. Wow. No closet. Don't you watch horror movies? My 4-year-old, Tanya, picked up a picture of my great-grandmother and said, "That's Minnie. I knew her in heaven before I was born." See, now why kids have to say crazy stuff like this? When my granddaughter was about the same age, walked up to the picture of Nana Minnie and said, "Hi, Minnie." Tanya said, "Did she just say what I think she just said?" What? This is a lot to take in. Just woke up. I know. When I was little, I had a French door in my bedroom. I used to sleep with my arms straight out in my sides and would line up my dolls along my arms. I'd tell myself the ghost couldn't find me. I repeated constantly, "I don't believe in you." They left. Now with my daughter, they're back to her, but never again to me. When she's home alone, she calls and she says, "You can come over and just sit here." The fixer-upper house my folks bought had a ghost. The lady had died in the garage. My kids were in there on Halloween, and the radio faded out to static, and a voice came over the static. It also rolled a doll stroller down the hallway and repeatedly set off smoke alarms. She liked my brother but hated his girlfriend. All right, man. Got real deep. Real deep. And whoever asked the question on the TikTok disappeared. Dina, have Di hold your hand and tell us it's going to be okay. Yeah. Jasmine, it's real heavy. Yeah. No. This is creepy. I was talking to my kids about this yesterday. TikTok, Malene. All right. Well, listen, I hope everyone is amply freaked out. Welcome to Freak Out Wednesday. So listen, have a great day. Everyone's like, I want to go back to bed. So creepy. All right, listen, tomorrow we have a great guest and you're going to find out who. Should I just tell you? I don't have the intro, but you're going to love it. You're not going to miss it. It's not going to be creepy. People are like, oh. So tomorrow, I'm just going to tell you because it's going to go out today anyway. So years ago, do you guys remember the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? Of course you do. John Gray, he's going to be on the show tomorrow. Yes, I said it. Yes, the differences between men and women. Yes, get all your questions ready. I'm hoping he just explains Matt. Maybe he can explain Matthew on Love is Blind. I don't know. Yeah. So a lot of things happening tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to be on time because we got a guest. So, yeah. So, and then maybe we'll see if we can get a medium up in here. So, yeah, I think I'll have Bob listening tomorrow. He's the godfather of one of my dear friends, Moon. It's very interesting. All right. Well, like Judy from Saskatoon says, do something nice for yourself or others today. I want to thank you for joining us. And tomorrow we'll have our guest John in the morning. Then it gets a little crazy and we're doing a show on Thursday night. Friday, I'll probably be really tired, but we'll be live again. And then Friday night, another show. So we'll be bebopping. Things are picking up around here. But I want to thank you for joining us as always. And we're also closing in on our final date for people to sign up for the trip. So if you're thinking about taking the trip with us, let us know. You can be added to the wait list and everything will be closing, I think, Friday at noon. So get your tickets or your wait list if you'd still like to come. I hope Fran and Susie Crabtree are coming. But it should be fun. So that's it. Everybody have a great day and a blessed day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning with our guests. So thanks for watching. I'll see you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on